Khamenei because the internet in Iran now is cut. I not live in Iran. I'm out of Iran living. But there is no internet.
That's right.
The Khamenei stopped the internet. But I read the news that Khamenei get killed, man.
Well, that would be very exciting.
Yes. This is the biggest celebration, man. I wish next year you guys come to Iran. Next year you will come to Iran. I will hosting you with the kebab and Iranian food, guys. If
I had planned to come next year.
If I get killed Khamenei, I make my home in Iran. I have big home, I swear to God, in Iran. I make it Chabad free for you guys. I swear to God.
Perfect.
Yeah, I give my place for the Chabad. If Khamenei dead by IDF tonight.
I don't think he's going to be dead tonight, but soon.
I've seen news, bro. I've seen news. Maybe you didn't refresh your news. You have to check it again.
Yeah, I did see something.
No, I saw it on Twitter.
Okay. I thought I see Taro.
Let me check Israeli news. Let me check the Israeli news.
Israeli news, maybe Channel 14 or 12 or something like that. Because in Iran there is no news. There is no internet. There is 2 days nothing news comes out of Iran.
Yeah.
The Khamenei cut the internet, bro, you know. Anytime something happens in Iran, the motherfuckers stop the internet in all Iran.
Yeah, what's up, Rafi?
And we have lots of friends, families there. We don't have any news from them. I'm sure that IDF won't attack them, but we don't have any news from them.
You're in Israel now, or you're in Iran?
No, I'm not in Israel. I'm in Europe. I live in Europe. I'm Iranian.
Okay.
I'm Parsi, Persian. I'm not Jewish, but I love Israel and Judaism people. But I live in Europe.
Oh, wonderful. We love you too.
Thank you.
Your Hebrew is pretty good.
I know just few words like Shalom, Manishma, Batore, Akol Beseder, Chag Sameach, and Sharmute, Benzona, Zain, and Atagerer. אני לא דרך רבלית, אני מדבר רבלית, אני מדבר רבלית נשת. Yeah, bro, lots of words I say. I have many friends, Israeli friends. My neighbor, the next house of me, is Israeli young boy, same as me. He's studying here. We always meet each other. We are friends for a long time. And he teach me Hebrew words.
Yeah, Jeff, when you have a minute, take a look at my PTR. It's quite funny. You'll like it.
I also have breaking news, by the way.
Okay.
Also quite funny. Iran has appointed a new intelligence chief after the last two were killed by Israel.
Yeah, the third one. And he got killed again.
What's that?
No.
One more time. You're in the Matrix.
They killed the... Oh, you hear me? One second.
Are you trying to say they killed the Ayatollah?
So, in my group, they claimed that he was appointed, he was killed right away.
I think so.
That he's already dead. Gotcha.
He's already dead.
Okay, Chag Sameach. Play some music, guys. Let's dance. Play some music. Celebrating tonight. It's second Purim, guys. Why you are not happy? Everybody's like sad in this.
It's Purim Shlishi. Daniel, did you used to go by Turbo?
Sorry?
Did you used to go by Turbo on this app? You remind me of somebody.
Sorry, bro. I didn't hear you, and your voice becomes so much low.
Hold on. Wi-Fi is giving me a problem. I said, did you used to go by the name Turbo on this app?
No, just normal. I connected normally there.
Okay, cool. Okay, there was two other news items. Netanyahu came out and said Israel is capable of destroying all the nuclear facilities, including Fordo, without the United States. So they're definitely fucking with them between Trump and Netanyahu. Totally mind fucking him.
No. It's like a game, bro. It's like a game. It's needed. Because if they want to stay together strong, then the IRGC commanders and generals run away. They have to play like the role that they know you're bad. You say, no, you are bad, this, that. And moments take the Khamenei statement. This should be happened.
Other news, all of the aircraft at the U.S. Air Base in Qatar are now gone. They're no longer there.
I read the news. Bro, I think Khamenei is dead. If Khamenei is dead, Netanyahu will become one of the biggest people in the history of Iran forever. For the Iranian people, for us, new generation, he will be one of the greatest guys that God created for.
Well, Cyrus freed the Jews 2,500 years ago. It's our turn to return the favor.
Yeah, bro, it's give and take, yes?
Mm-hmm.
We did, and you want to do it for us. We appreciate it so much. It's not you do for us, it's not your duty. We have same enemy. But it's good that the IDF is so much humanity. They don't attack the innocent people or something like that. I don't agree. In the country I live, anybody who asks me, because they know I'm original Iranian, they take side with Iran or something, then I break their side and say, no, I'm pro-Israel. Then they become shocked that how you are pro-Israel. Then I explain for them and I fuck them and then, yeah. So guys, it was so much beautiful speak with you. I wish next year you will be our guest in Iran with the best Iranian food that I know you love Iranian food. Next year, I wish.
We're coming.
Yes, bro, you have to see Iran, bro. You have to see Daniel. You have to see Esther, Mordechai. All you have to check, bro. The whole Iran.
That's true.
So it will be your second home, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, it was great. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Be well.
Take care. Fuck, is it normal? I just came home. All my lights are on. Every single fucking one of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors.
They're saying something should be happening tonight. They might do a targeted attack or something. Assassination.
They did a targeted assassination.
Maybe when they say tonight, it's nighttime for them and we're getting confused because in this group there's a lot of us.
You're getting confused.
And I'm confusing the room with this.
No, because I keep telling you you're wrong.
Got it.
So that's like the mind fuckery they're doing is pretty wild, right? You got Trump pushing for negotiation. You got Trump, coming out a couple of hours ago, floating the idea through a liberal paper that the U.S. doesn't have the ability to take out Fordo. And then you got Netanyahu saying, yeah, but we do, so it'll be okay. You got the U.S. Telegraphing, making it seem like an attack is going to come from Qatar because they've made the airbase off limits to the American government people there. And then magically they get released that there's no planes left at Qatar.
Yeah, they might find, but listen, at the end of the day, I think they're just trying to confuse even the public.
They're doing a masterful job trying to confuse.
The public is confused right now.
I think it's to confuse the IRGC. but they're really doing a masterful job. Now, there are rumors, I don't think they're correct, that the Ayatollah was taken out.
Oh my, that would be huge. Oh wow.
It would be.
Oh.
There's also another rumor.
What?
Mommies in the 3rd districts of Tehran East City. They're saying, what the fuck is MEK Islamic? Apparently, this is the regime that overthrew the king. So
MEK is like another Islamic like faction in Iran.
the guys in the group said this is the this faction took out the king from Iran, basically back in the day. This is the movement.
I don't think that's correct, but I don't know that much matters.
So what was it written?
I was just watching. Can I say something, or are you in a serious moment?
Oh, go.
Oh, okay. So there was this girl with Down syndrome, and it was this video I was just watching, and it was somebody in Ireland, because you know I love the accents. And she had this necklace on it that said, I have a hidden disability. And the other girl was like, oh, love, what exactly is your hidden disability? I know I'm not doing the accent, but it was super fucking hilarious, and I just had a good laugh. And I just want to say, you know what? She goes, oh, I've got the Downs. The Downs.
Leslie, have you watched Love on the Spectrum?
Not. No, but I know what it is.
It is, like, there's moments that, like, make you cry, make you laugh. I mean, there's one kid on there named Connor. I fucking love this kid. He's super autistic, like, super mega autistic. And he is fantastic. Love on the Spectrum, highly recommend. That would totally surprised me that I would enjoy it as much as I do. It's really, really great.
I think I would enjoy it. There was another one we used to watch, with it was people that only had, like, all Down syndrome at the time. And they were all, like, looking for love, and some of them were engaged, and the one was like, I just want to have a boyfriend. It was just super mad, and I always would cry, and so I know I would like Love on the Spectrum. I will probably cry, though.
Oh,
Hey, baby.
I did too.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Baby.
Dr. Baby, what are you doing?
Are you enjoying watching the Israeli aircraft cross above your head every day?
Yep, I do, and I also enjoy the Bombi Ron song every day from 1980s. It's still relevant today. Please listen to it.
Bum 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 Moran. Bum 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 Moran.
Bum 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 Iran. Bum 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 Iran. Bum Iran.
What I wanted to say. You didn't see my PTR?
Yeah. Oh yes, yes, yes. That was beautiful.
I told you. Whatever, I can explain it to you if you don't want to look at it. It's basically.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
That's cute for us, but not for the people who are angry.
Yeah,
We're catching up on all the flights that we missed.
By the way, they're saying that Khamenei might be dead and might be killed tonight.
Did you look at the room title?
Ayatollah killed himself in a bunker. Where's Eva Brown? Oh no! So they said that a bunker buster was actually hitting his bunker. So
I mean, Israel did use a bunker buster and did hit a bunker, but I kind of doubt it's.
That's where the general was. The third one.
So they're saying that Khamenei is dead, but we need the confirmation. So we're probably not gonna hear it until morning.
Imagine that bunker buster. It was during his inauguration for the new general in front of everybody.
That would have been funny.
They were all celebrating his new position.
Yeah, according to Rafi, they promoted a new head of intelligence who was assassinated within 15 minutes of taking the job.
Well, yeah, listen.
But Rafi's
ready for any moment of martyrdom and sudden explosions.
So this is another information. Iran reports that Mashhad complex of the nuclear studies is completely destroyed.
Cute. We need more. Not enough. I just wanted to say hi and say
Hi. What's up? I actually thought to text you a few times recently, and just ADHD's a bitch.
no, it's okay. I just wanted to give you guys the good news about Khamri, but seems like you guys already are catching up. Gonna
Yeah,
try to
we're
go
all
to sleep
caught up.
as late here.
Sleep well.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
So Khomeini dies, let's say. What then?
Well, I mean, then they will. His son would likely take over,
They take him out,
and then they would take him out.
and that's where the regime falls. Basically.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, they can always continue to hold on, assuming they can continue to hold on. But in theory, even if you just take either of them out, like it could cause the entire thing to unravel.
I'm surprised their national military is still holding on like strong.
I would think they're not. I mean, what are they doing? Like their missile team seems to still be doing something, but what else are they doing?
So the national security sides with the IRGC. Basically, it's just another division of IRGC.
I mean, they've got like three or four different. They've got IRGC, they've got Al-Quds. IRGC is the overall government. Al-Quds Force is their. I think that it's the part of the military they send overseas. Then they've got the like Bilal al-Sham or some other Arabic sounding name. That's like their domestic military defense. Under that, they've got intelligence. They've got like their avionics. They've got different units and whatnot. They've got the Basijis, which are like the Nazi equivalent is they're the brown shirts, right? They're the ones that go around and scare people into compliance. And they also have the morality police. And they might also have, I think they may also have like standard police, but I'm not sure.
They were giving out everybody that's in this big job and like that for the top guys. Because the way that the Iranian guy told me that
Been a while.
they told me that the IRGC has more technology than the national military. They're sitting with the better weapons compared to the national military.
I mean, I don't think that's. The IRGC is the entire government.
So yeah, so it's basically them too.
That's like saying the president has better technology than the Marine Corps.
Correct. So yeah.
I mean, sure, yeah, the president's got access to whatever the government has. What's going on, Dean? How are you?
$350. I think that's a good day.
Good attitude.
How are you, Jeff? How's everyone?
Thank God.
Happy.
Doing good.
That's great. How are you feeling about what's happening in Iran and Israel?
I mean, from what I can tell, it seems great.
Same. I'm just feeling bad about all the innocents that are being caught in it, but
I hope. My main fear is that Trump might ruin it and not let it go
I
all
think
the way.
everybody following this are being fears Trump's going to fuck it up.
He's really he's unreliable, and for me as a Jew, as an Iranian as well, so it's a lot. Like for me, I really want to see a free Iran. I want to visit Iran. I want to go there. So there are a lot of mixed emotions and feelings I have. I'm feeling bad for the people that are dying, but I want Iran to be free. I want the people to be free. I want to see people from Israel and Iran having their ancient relationships back. And yeah, I mean, it's like true friendships, like Azerbaijan, similar to that.
Yeah, no, I think, obviously there are innocent people caught in the crossfire in Israel, and they're being targeted. And there are innocents in Iran that are being, that are unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yo, Jeff.
So, what, Prince?
Is America joining? Or
It's Trump.
Probably not.
It's Trump. We have no idea what he has in his mind.
what do y'all think? What do y'all think?
I think the world will be better when the Ayatollah is dead at the hands of the Iranian people.
They joining this weekend, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, already ambassador to the U.S. You heard what he said, right? 2-3 days ago.
No, what did he say?
He said in a conference that there will be a huge surprise for the world to witness. It will be around Thursday, Friday.
No, that's bullshit.
So basically now, at any moment now.
A huge surprise, like nuclear?
No, he said a huge surprise will be much bigger than the pager surprise that people
Yo,
thought.
Dan, if they join, the Pakistani will join, you know what I'm saying?
No,
It will
Pakistan
nuclear America.
is something you don't. Some people don't.
Pakistan ain't joining shit. The U.S. has cheat codes for all of their fucking plans.
Exactly. Fully reliant on the U.S.
Yo, Jeff,
Not join.
the Pakistani will join and bomb
The Pakistanis ain't doing shit.
America.
The Pakistanis ain't doing shit. They're just a bunch of filthy banchos that they stay home and get high.
Damn.
Filthy banchos.
If Pakistan joins, India is joining.
Yeah, none of that's happened. Right. Sorry to ruin your dreams.
And the thing is, if India joins, China is going to join.
And China will
Nobody's
take
joining. Nobody's joining.
Guys, there's this Palestinian thinker. His name is Abdul Rahman. He's like really well known.
What's his name?
Abdul Rahman is Egyptian.
Really? That's Abdul Bari Atwar.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, I heard you wrong.
Yeah. So he made a tweet saying that both Pakistan and North Korea are joining. So the official Pakistan in Arabic website, Twitter account, it's basically run by the president of the president's office in Pakistan. They reply saying usually only focus about the achievements of Pakistan and the culture, but we will make, and he said in like a diplomatic way, we'll say. But this time we'll cross the boundaries and we'll say this is basically saying what he said is an utter rubbish and bullshit.
South Korea would fuck up America. Real shit.
South Korea is an ally.
North Korea, he means. North.
What kind of bullshit?
No one is joining. Russia is not joining.
I'm bored with these retards. Let's
Bro,
take out the
it's going to
trash.
be World War III, bro. You don't know yet.
No, it's not.
These people are delusional. They're really delusional.
Jeff, you know I'm right.
No, you're not. You're an idiot. Shut the fuck up.
Absolutely. Oh gosh. Remember this African guy when he's like watching videos and he's like, Ali Delulu? So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. These guys ain't doing it.
I love that guy.
100% Delulu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Delulu or you?
Those us who believe in World War III and
You know what's amazing though is that like it doesn't matter if people are Iranian or like Jewish or Israeli. Like we're all sitting here saying the same thing. This is going great. We just hope Trump doesn't fuck it up.
yes, exactly. This is my main fear. I read that he said today it might take 2 weeks to make a decision. What? You are waiting for the war to end? Like a week after it might end, you will make a decision?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Well,
what he's saying.
I mean, Trump is capitalizing on his amazing position that a lame dunk prime minister from Israel, who's on his way out and can engage in a bunch of bloodshed, is now currently a bully. He just beat up Iran on his own justifications, ally of America, and while Iran begs for Israel to stop destroying it, America can show up with a sweetheart deal. They can decide to destroy them or befriend them. Trump has literally any option.
Is this Captain Mustachio speaking?
No,
That was Nick said.
I do
Ah, okay.
though.
So you're making fun, Matzid, right?
Well,
No, he's right. I mean, that is actually the situation.
that's why Trump is saying nothing. He's saying, I'll decide when I decide, because as far as he knows, A, he's got a great position, and there's every possibility that within at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, it'll only improve. That's why he's just like playing it by ear.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Of course, I mean, especially like his tweets when he was like, we are in surrender, complete surrender, and all of that.
Yeah, that's
So
just
basically, he capitalized on everything Israel did, and it was like, we did that, we controlled the airspace, blah, blah, blah. He wanted like to take the whole accomplishment, like it's his. He wanted to do that.
Yeah, well, he
Probably-
speaks English better than the Israelis, so he probably will take credit in English.
Yeah, he will. I mean, come on, Bibi is great, and both Bibi and Herzog, they are like fluent, basically Americans. And who's the other one? Yeah, everyone speaks English in the cabinet. Even I heard Benny Gvir speaking
You're
English.
speaking English, and then there's being a New York salesman like Donald Trump.
Yes, this is the problem.
It's not a problem. It's what got him where he is. Maybe you want to
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah, but I don't want him like to take too much credit for things he's not doing, and also like putting more Israelis in danger for not doing the right thing in the right time. You know what I mean?
What, Trump?
Yeah,
Trump doesn't care about Israelis.
of course he doesn't. I know this, and I kept saying it over and over again. Just because he has Jewish grandchildren, he doesn't. Doesn't mean that he does. Like,
It's just not his main priority. But, like, they're still allies. And, meaning, dead Israelis, Trump may not personally care that they are dead. He absolutely cares that he can utilize that politically. There's a dead Israeli, Trump has something to talk about.
exactly. But I'm fearing that it might be like maybe he's looking at it and he's thinking, oh, it's not enough yet. So that's.
Who, Trump?
For Israelis, it is different. For Israelis, a lot had been lost already. Like, it's been...
Yeah, the hospital. Not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 1900 already since October 7th. The deaths and the injuries plus 15,000. So it's not... The numbers are not small.
But Iran is a bunch of assholes, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, and not to mention all those freaking leftists and Marxists and all
Nothing
those.
pisses me off more than...
Sorry, what? Can you repeat it?
Nothing pisses me off more than a peacenik. Someone who decries war constantly, never understanding that decrying war just leads to more war.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when they're defending a country that basically been waging war on another country and is threatening to annihilate it. I've been doing it since October 7th.
You can't beat a war by denying its legitimacy. The only way to end a war is through some application of justice. It's just the only way.
Exactly.
Someone has to be proven right. We need a verdict, or else we're just going to keep killing each other. And if you cry, "Oh my God, stop killing each other," so you don't want a verdict, great, more death.
Yeah, exactly. This is the problem, and we've seen it over and over. People were saying, "Oh, don't go after." In the beginning, people wanted to go from the beginning against Hitler, and he kept invading one country after the other, and how many people he killed in the process, and
48 years.
Yeah.
Hold on,
yeah,
Dean.
okay.
1 second, Dean, for one, please. Reports again. They're saying IDF drones are all over the skies of Tehran. Over 500 drones are reported.
Wow.
And these are little drones that guys were using with the propellers. I think IDF drones are a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, it's Friday
I
now.
don't know, drone technology is complicated, the things they use and for what purposes. Like, I'd always think, like, oh, they're going to look like tiny little planes, really, like, streaking through the sky. And it's like, no, a lot of helicopters, a lot of little basically holding a payload and holding it directly. You know, it's weird, the technology that's developing around drones.
Yeah, they're the kamikaze drones. Israel used some of those initially for the air defenses. The one they use inside Iran.
Okay, so it's time for me to share with you what I know is going on.
Are they dropping
Yes.
So what this blanket of drones is doing, it's called Iron Eyes. Israel developed an AI-empowered fleet of drones that can watch every inch of Tehran, every moment of time. And AI has the programming to make that information useful.
How long are
So basically, like civilian cameras all over Tehran, close range.
Okay, so now we own the airs and we see everything. Fun.
So hold on, but Jeff, let me ask you a different question. How long could they last in the sky? Don't they need to recharge or refuel?
Sure.
Yeah,
There's three separate fleets.
Oh, okay.
So their stage, all I can say is somewhere nearby to Iran, and they take 8-hour shifts.
Oh, they can be in the skies for 8 hours.
This is all part of the next generation, next part of the plan, where which is going to be called Operation I Am That I Am. Basically, Israel's becoming God.
Wow.
Their control of the region is reaching divine levels.
Divine, exactly. Divine control. I made all this up, but it seems believable.
I'm so fucking confused, you fucking guy.
I mean, what do you do when you know anything
I
like
didn't
this?
believe you guys started seeing shit. Now they know.
You're a believable person, Jeff. That's why.
I don't know.
I am. It's true. Totally believable.
But there is a review, and Trump administration boosts monitoring of possible Iran-backed cells in U.S. Like,
This guy just happened to be talking shit.
By the way, did you hear this today? Some of the Iranians are talking about they might use some of the enriched uranium and load it in their missiles that will hit Tel Aviv or something like that.
Bomb.
It will not be a bomb, but like they're
Called a dirty bomb.
Yeah, a dirty bomb.
It's lazy, it's sloppy, and it's not what we're scared of.
So in Iran, they put up a Megan David on one of the buildings. They see that somebody took a picture and sent it. Boy, I don't know if it's from Iran, because I don't get how they're getting all this shit if the internet is down. That's what's very confusing.
Yeah, exactly. The internet was back yesterday because I have people in Iran, so basically it was back for a few hours yesterday. But it keeps going and coming back. So since yesterday, there was no internet.
I thought Elon Musk shared his Starlink.
Apparently, they cannot.
I mean, they have to have the receivers, storage receivers.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah, so they don't have it.
And they just unplugged the router.
They plug the router.
Now, by the way, let's just go down the rabbit hole of my made-up theory.
Nice.
It would be very convenient if we were going to do Operation Iron Eyes to have, I don't know, Elon Musk's satellite there turned on so that it can feed back all of that data, all of that big, beautiful data to the IDF in real time.
Makes sense. But then, who's controlling Iran? Who we have in control?
What do you mean? Who they have control of Iran?
Control Iran.
Assad was controlling Iran from day one. You guys didn't know that? Come on.
That's right. The overthrow of the Shah was orchestrated by myself.
Honestly.
It's always the Mossad, and it's never an accident.
It's all connected.
Yes. By the way, when are we going to use the space laser?
We're waiting for a good occasion. This stuff is small fare.
I need to get popcorn with it earlier.
I really want us to use it.
We're saving it for either Turkey or Egypt. Egypt apparently didn't get enough plagues, and they need one more.
Yeah, but Turkey is the big one. Turkey
Yeah.
is going to be a big war. We will have a big war with Turkey. I should make earlier
Turkey
before
might
that
still
happens.
heal. You don't know. Turkey could.
I don't know. They're like.
You don't know, but let's keep in mind, like, if Iran were to modernize, secularize, become cosmopolitan and Western again, you don't know what the whole region might end up like. That's a very different world.
Yeah, the thing is, Turkey is already like playing another game right now. They
Right.
started it with the fall of the Syrian regime, so they are now super friendly with the Kurds. So they are basically allied again. So they were already allies with the Iraqi Kurds, Barzanis, basically, and now they use the Barzanis to become friends again with the Syrian Kurds. Basically, they stopped hostilities between each other, and they're trying to say, "Oh, we have a shared history, sure," because the Kurds basically were the military branch of the Ottomans in many ways. Like we're not talking like after they got rid of the Albanians and the Europeans and others, they were the Kurds, and they were brutal. Like really, really brutal and Islamist, Sunni Islamist. Like they would kill other Kurds for not being
I mean,
Sunnis.
what more could you want for an ethnic hit squad?
Yeah. So this is the scary part, especially if the fall of Iran is not done in the right way. So that's why I really want the Shah to come back, at least to have a transition on the government and keep the country together. We can't have a divided Iran. It's too dangerous for the Kurds to unite right now. I always supported the Kurdish cause, but now it's getting scary with the Turkish alliance. We can't allow this to happen.
Oh, come
It's
on.
too scary.
You're trying to make Kurdistan for decades. You're saying now you're afraid Kurdistan will be too friendly with Turkey?
They started.
Okay, so what's so bad with that? They can be friendly. If they step out of line, we blow them up too.
Yeah, but it will be a lot. They're all in the mountains, and they have these fast tactics to go to the
Well,
mountains.
darn, it just looks like another military victory the Jews are going to have to figure out.
I mean, we want to retire, have some pina coladas and banana beach instead of constant wars.
Can't do that until there's peace in the area.
Yeah, we are making
But
peace.
at the end of the day, you don't eliminate 40 years of oppression with an agreement, right? Like, most Kurds still hate Kurds. And most Turks still hate Kurds.
Right.
Yeah, but they have hundreds of years of cooperation.
No, but
especially
think of it this way. If the people alive today, Turks and Kurds, don't like each other,
Yeah.
but they have an uneasy alliance, allowing Kurdistan to grow up and develop some of its own abilities, sure, while working with Turkey, is just a future friend. They don't like Turkey. They're working with them so that they can gain strength. Once they have strength, they just as easily fight the Turks.
Yeah, but the problem is, for example, I lived in Iraqi Kurdistan, and when I lived there, it was terrifying for me. The amount of hate they have for non-Muslims, for non-Sunni Muslims, it's unimaginable. For the Yazidi minority, for the Christians.
Where did you live, Dean? Where did you live?
And Slimani and Erbil. So basically, these two main Kurdish cities. And I've been moving all over Kurdistan for a few years, so been all over. And I've witnessed real huge violations, even people at the checkpoint being kicked for saying they are not Kurds. Especially the Yazidi minority. Christians being harassed.
It's the Middle East.
Yeah.
This is how the Middle East works.
Yeah, but they try to show it. Oh, we are like.
We're not gonna magically make it, North America or Europe. It's the Middle East.
Yeah, exactly. But they're trying to show it, tell it in a different way. Kurdistan, come to Kurdistan and see us how different we are. I mean, I believed the propaganda at the beginning, and I went there.
So let them spin their propaganda. Their truth will come out.
Yes.
Question.
Answer?
If a Turk and a Kurd have a baby together, would we call him a turd?
Yes, a turd.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure that was right in my brain. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, I'm still waiting for the surprise, for the big surprise.
Who said there was going to be a big surprise?
Okay, here comes the big surprise. Changing my PTR.
Okay, come on, Sabat Tahan is good. I like it.
I'll go back.
Okay. Oh my God, imagine.
Okay,
Tahan would be lit. There would be Kobida in it.
PTR.
You feel the fish. Okay. Mute the Ayatollah. Nice.
How about Twitter right now? And some guy named Jesus Rosas. It's in all caps. You're telling me that Khomeini and Khamenei are two different dudes? They're not the same person?
Dude, I have friends till now that they can't tell the difference. They keep Google.
Rafi keeps calling him Khomeini too.
Yeah. No, that dude, Khomeini died in 89.
He's a
Remember
hoe.
that. Yeah. This is Khamenei. Khomeini is the Indian of the Shah cult. Khamenei is Azari. So try to remember these things. Okay, I think you need to be like Iranians to know the differences.
So his roots are from Azerbaijan?
Yeah, he's Azari.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, his ethnic group is Azari. And Khomeini basically tried to say it's Persian, but I remember an interview for the Shah. I saw a clip from it. And it was saying he's not even Iranian, he's Indian. And when I went back to his actual name, it's Ruhullah al-Hindi. But he was born in Khomeini. His father was Indian who went to Iran, moved to Iran. So he's from an Indian family. He's not really Persian. But anyways, people move around a lot. He could have become Persian if he wanted and preserve the culture and everything, but he decided to go local on us. He decided to be Mexican. sorry. If there's any Mexican, I'm just making fun.
Guys, what is this? I'm white when I'm dirty and black when I'm clean. What am I? And do you know this riddle?
White when you're dirty.
I am white when I'm dirty and black when I'm clean. What am I?
car?
No.
A chalkboard.
A chalkboard?
Alright.
Yeah.
Correct.
But it could be green.
What is it? What? It's called
It could be green.
It's called the blackboard.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is too old for me. This is ancient. More explosions in Tehran.
Yeah, I'm getting videos explosions from Tehran, but I'm not understanding how these videos are making it.
I'm not sure exactly how. Maybe some of them have like satellite internet. Because there is satellite internet without even Starlink.
It's either satellite video or they disable the internet, like the towers and everything, in like the highly populated areas. Because how are they communicating between each other?
Exactly. When we pulled me over because I accidentally ran to that. I'm just really tired, man. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I'm on my way. I drive for Lyft. I'm on my way home tomorrow, man. Just trying to go home and go to bed, man.
You pulled someone over.
I think Cap got pulled over. You'd like us to mute you before you give them your personal information out loud? I think I'm gonna mute Cap.
Yeah,
We should.
Before he starts giving out his personal information.
Great job, you guys.
Okay, so I actually do have something that is newsy. There are reports, and this is coming from a fairly legitimate press source, that Khomeini is in such poor mental state that he is no longer being consulted on many matters that are happening in Iran. So he's been sidelined, is what they were.
So who is now?
probably his son, Mustafa.
Yeah, it would be his son.
Yeah.
Or his son is dead. In order to make that happen, they would have to kill his son. So either his son has essentially started a coup against his father, or the rest of the government has essentially like this is like a soft coup. Imagine, basically they're doing to him what they did to what the Democrats did to Biden.
Soft good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think Mustafa been in control for a while now. Like, it couldn't be him. Like, he wouldn't do a coup against his father since he is already in control.
That's the only thing that would save his life right now, probably. If that would save his life. Or to justify to save his life.
Yeah. The militias in Iraq and the Grand Ayatollah in Iraq, all that they were saying, Khamenei is the red line. They will not allow him to be killed. They will not accept it. So the militias in Iraq, 3 militias I think, said they will unleash their power against all the American targets and citizens. They will not just go after military target. Any American citizen is a target. But in general, Iraq is not that scary in a way. Like they're really easy targets. The idea, or the Americans can easily take them out. The terrain is flat, it's easy. Guys, did you see all the tweets by Khamenei?
No.
He didn't? It's crazy. That's crazy. So here's one tweet from. It's basically July 3rd, 2014. It's like you go to a shop. When you come out, your money gone, but you bought things. What's important, what you purchased is worth the fortune. This is actually a tweet on his verified English account. In the way that we used to write as teens, like instead of the 2TO, we put the number 2 and stuff like that. So I went to school with a clock. Since first days, it was uncomfortable to wear it in front of other kids, but I tried to make up for it by being naughty and playful. This is actually a tweet from September 24th, 2013. That's crazy. Who had the account? 14 years old?
What's up, gangsta? Ow! What's Gucci with you? You've been in and out.
Did you say my name?
I said, what's good with you?
Hold on 1 second. I'm just thinking about what to have for dinner.
Nice. I just had like a nice Korean chicken sandwich, actually. Surprisingly, it was very cute. Very cute. Like it's honey mustard. Like it was nice. It was like sweet and like crispy. Like it was good.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah. It had like baby arugula with some other things in it. Like it was nice.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah, it was good. I was very like debating should I try it or not, but it came from like a ghetto place, but they did a really nice looking sandwich, I gotta say.
Is it getting hot there?
Today it's gray with rain and a little chilly, I gotta admit. But
Really?
we're getting some fucked up weather on. I'll tell you what, I just saw it and I didn't believe it, and I think we're gonna be hotter than Florida. So starting Sunday, we're getting 33, 33, and 30.
We're gonna be like 100 degrees for 3 days.
Sorry, so Saturday it starts. My fault. So Saturday's when it gets really hot, but then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is when it becomes retarded. So let's do
Yeah, there's a heat wave coming through next week.
scientific.
It's just always hot here.
No,
It's gonna be hotter here.
we're getting your weather, Jeff. Congrats.
Yeah, Robbie, next week, pretty much from halfway through America to the East Coast, it's going to be around 37, 38 degrees.
Yo, Captain, did you get a ticket? Did you get pulled over?
Yeah,
You good?
yeah.
With a warning, just a warning.
No warning, no nothing, he said.
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
Did you have to blow him for that?
No. I forgot it was on lights and everything.
Well, you didn't have
That's
to.
so embarrassing. So no, I was going now, and it's raining, so I hit my brakes way too late and slid through a stop light, and so so he pulled me over for that, and I told him, I was like, I tried to brake. I'm really tired, which I am, and I was on my way home. And I told him exactly where I live, which was only 5 miles from the house. And he came back, and I handed him all my stuff. He ran it all, and came back and said, "No warning, no ticket. Just get home and get some rest, man. Be careful." And I said, "I'm going straight home now. I'm gonna stop at the dollar store by the house and deposit my cash into my Cash App first, but that's like 200 feet from my house."
So what I wanted to say, it's gonna be mid-95 Fahrenheit, your temperature we're getting. Mid-90s.
Yeah, for sure. When you said 32, I knew. I'm really good at calculating that in my head.
Yeah. I don't understand that formula. It's a little confusing. It's add, multiply, and divide after. Like there's 3 steps to that formula, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3
This is
steps.
hard.
No, it's just that formula. Like I know how to do the pound.
It's not for me. I don't want to do it.
No, like
See,
sorry, go.
I've just remembered where about 80 degrees is for y'all, what that would translate to. And it's roughly 28 degrees, somewhere around there. And then I know about the difference that it should be for each, so I roughly can do it in my head, but it's just a memorization of the correlating temperatures from it.
I think 78 is like 24 or something, or 22.
Yeah, it's 70.
Like it's
24.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just get
That's so much confusing.
I always go for 27. It's comfortable.
But for the Middle East, it's hard. You can't use Fahrenheit because it's always like in the higher hundreds. It's scary to say the numbers. I mean, it's scary in Celsius. But still.
Oh my god.
It's the same thing. It's just scarier depending on what you call it.
Back to all.
But what you call it does kind of, size sometimes.
Jeff.
Jeff?
Mr. Jeff.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Picking up my friend for birthday dinner.
Oh, you're going to Din Din. Okay. Yum.
Which is good because I'm hungry as fuck.
So basically 67 Celsius, and it reaches this amount in the summer in parts of Kuwait, Iraq, and Iran. It's 152 Fahrenheit.
Hey, Yakov.
Hey, how are you? I just found somebody else's hair in my shorts.
Oh no.
Short curly hairs? That was a long one. That's how I know it's somebody
At
else.
least you didn't say it was a rabbit. You had some hair in your shorts.
Oh. The other spelling.
EJR.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard the new, talking about the spelling and stuff, has anyone heard the new, somebody's redone the A, B, C, D, E, F, G song and changed it to get rid of the elemento? Because kids think elemento is one
I
letter.
think I heard that.
It's really odd. I heard it recently.
There's several versions, because Patti LaBelle did a jazzy version that kind of gets rid of the element out.
Pardon?
Yeah, I mean, like the one they're doing in schools. Like, someone's trying to, get
So
rid of...
it's B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Yeah, it's in threes, basically.
Yeah. So something, I heard it the other day, because my granddaughter was like, my son was singing to her, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you butchered that song. Like, come on. It's like, that's what we're teaching you to do. Like, really?
Yeah, because
America always butchers stuff like that. And you even have the reverse alphabets.
They should teach kids that.
Yeah, you gotta learn that, so in case you're pulled over by a cop.
I was about to say, teach them at an early age.
Okay, like how can you do that? Z-Y-X,
To be honest, I will fail this test
Yeah.
sober.
It's very really biased.
That's the thing. You have to be careful because if the cops just say the alphabet backwards, if you say I couldn't even do that when I'm sober, that's like a bad thing to say. Just say you have to do like the last couple. You have to do it in threes. So
No, it's not best.
X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, U, V, W, W.
Yeah, you want to know what's the best? Is all I have to tell you to the cop is, sorry, I don't speak English. I'm an immigrant.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, play that
Yeah,
card.
you should say, do you want the alphabet in
I'm
Cyrillic?
gonna start speaking broken Russian to them, like Russian and English, and like get a little scared and confused. They just let me go every time. It works.
I love your PTR, Rafi. I love
You
your
like it?
PTR. Oh, it's so good. I need to copy that.
you.
You just did it to me, Ralphie. It's back.
What is it?
You got me going.
What the fuck?
It's that love for you, Raph.
I don't know. He told me he didn't feel nothing. Now he's feeling again.
Hallmark
Now I
is a
feel it again.
Hallmark is a big fan.
My number. What's that? There's a song about a fan. I'll be your number one fan or something.
Yeah. Number one fan, Muda.
Is that the
I'm
song?
borrowing this PTR, Rafi.
Take it, bro.
Hey, where'd you get it?
From my groups that I'm in.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
I think it's when you start talking
Custom F-15s and F-35. No, F-16s.
Huge protest downtown Toronto for the Persians.
Huge.
Against involvement, like leave
So
alone.
Israeli flags are there with the Persians flags.
Oh, it's always like that in the protests for the Persians.
Yeah, no, they came out because they come out for the Jews, or it's the Persians holding Israeli flags. But yeah,
Yeah, and then after October 7th, there were a lot of Persians coming out with the Jews holding out the Iranian flag, the Israeli. I mean, the Shah's flag, not the Islamist one. They don't use their one.
Every time you say Persian, I'm just picturing a Monchichi doll.
So what?
Wait, has Khomeini been eliminated?
It's not Khomeini, it's Khamenei.
Whatever. Okay, you know what I like to. You know, I mean, like, actually, to be honest, I actually do know the difference between the first guy who overthrew the Shah and this guy, but I just messed up this time.
There are reports about it, but we're not sure yet. There is no confirmation from Israel or anyone yet, so there are rumors about it, so no confirmation yet. We don't know. But we know that today there will be a surprise.
yes.
The next minutes, hours, there will be a huge surprise, bigger than the pager surprise.
So I'm gonna go for a quick nap for the surprise because I'm very, very tired. And yeah, if anything happens, just start screaming my name really loud.
We will.
Like that, Rafi!
Basically, but like it's gonna take about half an hour to 45 minutes for me to even probably like flip over.
Okay.
But just continue trying.
Wait, so what happened? What did I miss today? What?
Hey, not much. We're just waiting for a surprise, so you didn't miss it yet. It's happening. In the coming minutes, hours, we don't know yet.
Do they really think that Macron's wife is a guy?
I don't know.
There's this video of them walking in Vietnam. The video says, pay close attention to how the wife walks.
There were a lot of these rumors, especially, you remember about Michelle Obama?
Yeah, I did see the video of her on Ellen DeGeneres. That was rather odd.
I don't know. I mean, usually even sometimes when people hate people, they would come up with the worst ideas. But like we know they have children, stuff like that. So I don't know. I wouldn't like care much about that, even though I really hated Obama. And that's after I loved him in the beginning. I was like, oh, so excited about it, but then it was horrible.
What happened on the degenerates? Hello?
Hello, is that supposed to be like the plane Qatar gives the U.S. as a Trojan horse?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a 747 though, but I get the idea.
What did Michelle do on the
She was dancing. I gotta find the clip, but she was dancing, and what appears to be like a package in her pants, just as like there's this thing moved around in her pants that just looks very unfemale-like. So of course everyone in the world said that that's where the Michael Obama thing started, which I think is like not cool, but
Were you talking?
it is a rather odd video.
Oh, Yaakov, who's in your profile?
What? Who's in what?
Oh, I asked who was in your profile picture. I said that.
That's a little Ukrainian girl who came with her mother from Ukraine for cancer treatment. I think she had what is cancer of the blood called? Leukemia. Thank you very much. Leukemia, and she was met with a ballistic missile and is no longer with us.
Oh my god. She rest in peace.
So she went back to Ukraine, and then
No, she was in Tel Aviv with her mother for medical treatments, and they were killed by a ballistic missile strike.
That makes sense.
She was killed in the attack on Soroka today?
No, that's in Beersheba. She was in Tel Aviv last week.
Okay. Tel Aviv.
Yeah,
No one was killed. No one was killed.
I have a family friend that was telling me, like, he told me this like 10 years ago, but he said that he had just gotten back, like, from Israel, or maybe it was even, like, a few years before that. But he said that his friend got way too drunk and, like, they left the bar or whatever, and then the bar ended up, like, exploding, like, a few hours after they left.
Well, timing's everything in life.
And then he ended up going to prison.
Timing's everything.
Yeah, well, not he went to prison because someone's husband wouldn't sign a get, and so they beat the shit out of the guy and they got caught. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, some reports from Iran saying the internet is coming back. People are in the street and are attacking IRGC bases and homes. This is from Goldie Ramari.
Oh, what up?
She's a worker.
Logisticals is here.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, cool. Am I liking? Is someone talking? Yeah.
No one's talking.
Oh, okay.
No, you are.
I'm still at the salon.
What are you getting done?
I just have like a head full of foils right now, and then just a haircut, and then going out. So I don't know. I have literally so many foils. Yeah, he's like, I don't do this much foils for anyone, but I was like, I don't doubt that.
Have you been dating some guy?
Yes, I have a new boyfriend.
I don't know. What's so tough? How many dates? How many?
I can't really hear you. I'm way too many phones.
I said, how long have you been dating?
I didn't realize how tired I was, guys. Before I dropped Debbie off, which is why I haven't talked much since 2. She told me I looked really tired and she was worried about me on the drive home.
Good that you made a statement. I'm more focused on reading the news right now. That's why I'm not talking much. Oh, you guys have an entertaining room today.
Yeah, no, it's very entertaining, ain't it?
So much going on.
Yeah. It's a great time to do yoga.
What is what's going to be in the headlines today that I don't know about?
Not sure. It's about the surprise. We're still waiting for the big Israel. The surprise.
Who said there was going to be a big surprise again?
It was said by the Israeli ambassador 2 days ago. He said it
Well, Israel said there's going to be a big surprise.
Yes. So the Israeli ambassador to the U.S. said it. Not to the UN, to the U.S.
And it's going to be bigger than the Beavers.
The page, yeah, it's going to get bigger than the Pagers. So
I wonder
said
when
it
they're going
will
to be.
yeah, it will be around Thursday, Friday. So basically after Thursday midnight, Friday early morning.
So sometime probably within the next 12 hours.
No, probably within the next 6 hours max. We are in that time frame right now. Now it's basically in Israel it's 2:48 and add half an hour to that to Iran in the morning.
So it's like 3:15 in the morning.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how big is it, or they hit it. So that was the figure that was before they decided to put Khamenei. So there is something big, whether they kill him or not. But what is it? I don't know. There's like speculations about like the Iranian military army working with the Mossad in order to have a coup, make a coup. Especially that the army and the IRCG are basically enemies. The army is really sidelined.
Okay, let's see if what change the subject to something more entertaining.
Yeah, really.
Just
Like
a little bit more.
gas or something. It's just,
Is Elle there?
hell, wake up. We need some action.
I'm fully awake. I am fully awake.
Hey, let's fucking
Did you watch?
What?
Did you watch the Beaver game the other night?
I did. Fucking loved it.
That shit. Yeah, I know. Wasn't that the most awesome game ever?
I love that fucking game. And I
can't get over the highlights. I just keep rewatching them.
I can't get enough of Sophie Cunningham.
And she's my favorite.
Yeah.
Sophie's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, she's like an enforcer, and that's not what she came to the team about. She's just
Exactly.
pissed. She's just pissed.
She's not
So,
having it anymore, Philip.
No, I like how Caitlyn, like, they poked her in the eye. Like, I don't usually say things that are, like, obvious. That was pretty obvious. And then Caitlyn pushes the girl away, like, what the hell did you do to me? And then she gets decked. And they don't they don't eject the female that decked her. And I was thinking, oh, this is interesting. And then right when Sophie did that, everybody said the same thing, which was, gonna see that coming.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
it was good.
I'm enjoying it.
What's the WNBA gonna do? Without Caitlyn Clark at this point, like, I mean, she is probably the biggest ratings influencer right now in sports. Like, she's bigger than LeBron at this point.
Yes, games that she's playing in are viewership is rivals NBA games.
Yeah, and it's just getting better and better for people that follow her.
Yeah.
So, oh man, she's so much fun to watch.
What I don't like, though, I mean, I don't want to see them just let it turn into, female mud wrestling.
They can't do that because the issue is that Caitlyn's the star of this, right? Like, there's going to be others that are just as good as her. It's just like anything else, but people know they can play to those levels. People have past them, but the issue right now that kind of revolves around the whole thing is that Caitlyn can't take this every game. Like, it doesn't matter who you are.
She's just getting beat on. She just came back from an injury. Yeah, she's coming back. She missed the last part of
10
Yeah,
games,
it's
right?
5 games. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be if you guys aren't into the WNBA, you go look at the Indiana Fever games and start figuring it out. Start watching them. Like,
They're fun.
Seth, you're into sports. Why are you watching Caitlin? Why are you watching our girl?
Good. Philip, I don't know if I told you, my daughter used to play against her all the time.
Okay, that makes well, you're in that part of the country for sure.
So
Competitive basketball, I bet, is basically filled with people from the Midwest that know about Caitlin.
well, we played all over the country, but they both were in a, like on an AAU team that they don't call it that, but that's what it is. It's college exposure. So
Sure.
we were in Ames. Like I got so tired of driving to fucking Ames, Iowa. Oh my God, I wanted to. But that's where a lot of big tournaments were. And then in the summer, we would travel to Orlando, Washington, D.C. They played in Indianapolis. They played, all over. Texas. They played in Dallas. But
my wife went to Iowa State, so that's not surprising to hear. That's where people go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so all Iowa Attack is where Caitlin came from. And we were a spin-off, a sister program, Nebraska Attack, to that program. So, all of these girls were going D1, playing D1, but she stood out even from them. She always stood out. And she was not a dirty player. She was a hard player.
No, she's not a dirty player now either.
She's not. That's not who she is.
You watch her put her shoulder into somebody, and it's all legal. Their feet aren't set, and she's driving to the rim. And
exactly.
They don't like she doesn't like how physical. They don't like how physical she is, and they don't like the fact that she's athletic. So you start countering against the physical side, and then all of a sudden she steps back and drains a three.
Exactly.
And it really makes them angry. And the thing that makes them more angry than not, this is the thing that is political, and this is the issue they have. The thing that makes everybody angry is that she's a white girl.
Yes.
That's what's making everybody angry on the other side of the court. Like, it's not
exactly.
Everybody thinks they should have the same. Like, when I hear people say, like, oh, we're all just as good as her. It's like, dude, like, it's not hard to understand why men and women are both watching Caitlin. Like, she is not boring on any level.
We're watching the Michael Jordan of women's basketball.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's trying to replicate another player. It looks like she's her own player.
She's definitely her own player, and she played that same way as a kid. Like, she'd draw fouls.
She played for her brothers.
Physical.
It's very clear that she played against her brother and that they didn't shoot her like a girl. It's very obvious.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nobody expects women's sports to be as athletic as men. I think what we're saying is, if you're gonna put a sport on TV and you want people to watch it, there's got to be some entertainment value to it. Caitlin actually brings entertainment value.
Well, basketball for women looks different too, right? Because we're not dunking. We're not. So it's a different game. It's a little bit more. It's not as athletic, but it is. It's as athletic as women can be. Right.
Yeah, it's just different. You're not going to have a woman that's going to be 220 pounds dunking.
But you can see right there, watch that game, and you can understand, like, why women, like, that would be dangerous to have a man playing on a women's team. It'd be absolutely dangerous.
AB is a dominant guard, or dominant forward guard.
Yeah, forward.
And she's never going to be a dominant against a man. Like, I can probably roll over AB at my 240 pounds. So I'm sure she can actually still will be on the basketball court, but she's not going to have any physical input against me. So,
but the point is, you could be injured. Like,
they've shown those games. What games were those that happened this summer where they had some of the WNBA players playing against high school boys in a different country, and one of the girls gets really pissed off because she keeps getting blocked, and she throws the ball at the kid. It's like it's not the same. But what's interesting though is that it's not uninteresting when they're competitive. The WNBA never looked like it. I watched female basketball in NCAA, and because they're at the same skill levels across the league, it can be interesting to watch the females.
Right.
But it always takes, even when you watch the females, it always takes a special player on the court to make the game interesting. Otherwise, it's whatever. So.
Well, I think she's demanding that the level of play.
Oh, she's gonna bring everybody. She's bringing everybody up.
Exactly, and a rising ship raises, you know, and that's who she is. She has increased viewership, and these, I'm sorry, but these dumb bitches they're so dumb. They can't figure out, like, you are literally biting the hand that feeds you. Her money isn't coming from the WNBA. Hers is coming from deals.
Yep, exactly.
If she gets enough money, and she'll decide, fuck this. I don't need this anymore.
You get on the idea of the WNBA. Like, the reason they're all on private charters right now is one person, and that's what's killing it, right? Is that one person is actually changing the league. And there's gonna be other females. Like, it's already coming. Like, it's very clear that people are gonna be replicating her play. Now it gives females a way to say that they can play like Clayton Clark. So,
right,
it's very clear. Yeah, but it was fun, man. That game, those highlights. You know, and I love it when you see Caitlin cussing and use the F word. I love it. It's like, it's just.
I feel like she has come into her own. Like, now she isn't taking any shit.
No, like, she's playing the crowds too, and that's what people really don't like. She's playing the opposing crowds too. Yeah.
Drain a three from way the fuck back. Drain a three and then be running back and, like, hands up to the crowd. I'm like, oh my God.
This is what I like how people, I think, were so stupid, right? There's more cameras and videos these days than anything else, and you're going to sit there and say people are saying racist things to basketball players in the court. Are you telling me that if I went to a basketball game and started saw it use the N-word to some black girl as a white guy, or you going to do it, you'd be reporting you or posting you online? Are you kidding me? But I haven't seen one video. I haven't seen one recording. So I'm still waiting for.
That happened in a game. That happened in a game my daughter played in high school. We went to a neighboring town, and that happened. And you know what happened? A fucking fight ensued in the stands.
There you go.
That's what would happen. You start yelling shit like that, you're gonna get your ass beat. That's what's gonna happen. No one's sitting there listening to that shit. And that's what happened. These parents got ejected. It wasn't parents even. It was like a drunk uncle of somebody. He can never go to another high school game. Like, it was turned into a big fight.
It's so interesting to look at. I've been watching Caitlin since
college.
The women's finals when she was a junior or whatever year that was before she did it. And when Angel Reese went around talking to Caitlin, and you can tell Caitlin was purposely not engaged.
Right.
And say what you will, but and who cares what happened? The redemption was the next year for Caitlin, when it's very obvious that she was still a better player. If she was on a team, if she would have gotten to school like UConn or something like that, it's a no-brainer that she would have the NBA or the NCAA AA championships, probably 3 in a row. So, I just don't think people like her because she seems to have a loyalty that's beyond just yourself. So, have you watched the interview, El? Have you watched her interview with the Kelseys?
No.
You know the Kelsey brother, or not Kelsey? Yeah, it's Kelsey, right? Travis Kelsey and
right.
The Taylor Swift's boyfriend. You should watch that. It's such an intriguing interview with Caitlin Clark. Like, she is not a normal female when it comes to, like, she is a tomboy. Like, she's a female, but she is a tomboy. She is
Well, you know what she is? I mean, she's an Iowa girl.
Or a sports girl.
She is.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You're not going to see her rolling into the games dressed like a hooker. Like, I mean, she's classy, but she's just a Midwestern girl. She's like all the girls. She's like my daughter.
My daughter's a real sports person. She knows more about football than I do. Like, guaranteed. Like, it's like I listened to her with Travis and Travis, whatever his name is, and I was like, oh, gee Louise, man. Like, she knows what she's talking about. And have you seen her throw a football? She can throw a football better than me. So she is, like, the real deal. She can throw a football better than Captain.
She's
doesn't say much, though.
You gonna take that?
Well,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
she's
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Well, you got it, but anyway.
he's probably driving somebody around right now.
No, I was home. I didn't realize it was muted. That's not saying much. The only sport I like is fishing.
Okay, there you go.
That's not a sport. That's an activity.
No, it's a sport.
No, innocent ball of a ball be a sport. Like
No,
innocent
don't.
ball.
Fishing is a sport.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not a sport.
Fishing
Not a sport. No.
Two boats.
Hold on, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Fishing is a competition. Baseball is a game, not a sport.
Baseball is a sport. It has a ball.
No.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT? Fishing is considered a sport, especially when done competitively with skill and strategy involved.
Definitely a sport.
I understand. So I define a sport differently. I understand that it's not the widespread definition, but a sport has two teams or two opponents going
I need a
against
moderator. I need a moderator.
Wow.
This is not
Hold on. No. That is all wrong.
Huh?
Yeah.
That is all wrong because football is definitely a sport.
Yes, football like that.
football.
And that is not two people.
No.
Two teams.
That is a people sport. Football is baseball. Who's saying shit about
So is
football?
baseball.
No, baseball.
Well, then,
Is there a guy?
if it has to have multiple people involved, it's not a sport.
Golf is a game.
Golf is a game. So I want to have a question for Zach.
It's a sport.
That's relevant. Zach, is your brother named Doc? Or a nickname
No.
Doc?
My nickname is Doc. Yeah.
It is. Are you related to a guy in the app that goes by Doc?
No.
Are you sure?
That's actually why I stopped using the nickname.
Can I read the definition of a sport for all of you who seem to be confused? A
Yes, go
sport
for it.
is a physical activity that involves skill, rules, competition, performed either individually or in teams with the goal of achieving a result, such as a win, a score, or a measure of performance. Key elements of a sport: physical activity, rules and structure, competition, skill or technique, either one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I disagree.
Examples of sport: soccer, tennis, swimming, clearly all fit this definition. Golf and fishing also fit when conducted in competitive settings, making them sports.
Right. So
If you want, I can also compare sports versus hobby versus games. Would you like me to do that?
No, you're good. You win.
You can do what you want. I'm saying I disagree with those definitions.
Well, that would be one man's opinion. That's not the actual definition.
There's me and two others.
No, that's not
That
true,
would make
actually.
a gaggle of idiots.
That would actually, I don't want to be part of that. I actually, before my answer,
No, are you agreeing with me, El, that fishing is a sport?
If it involves
It can be.
competition.
It can be a sport. Can be.
So there are people
I
who
love
think
watching
it's
competitive fishing.
Well, so what makes it a sport versus a hobby is if there is competition, if there is a goal, and if there are winners and losers, right? So this is swimming also a sport.
Anybody that says baseball is not a sport.
Swimming, fishing, and competition.
Anybody that says baseball is not a sport probably sucks at baseball.
That's
surrounding athleticism.
I
Anybody
had
that's
a
ever baseball will tell you.
If you don't understand how fishing is a sport, then you just suck at fishing.
here's
I
a
do know. If you don't understand fishing can be a sport, you gotta reframe that.
yeah. It's got it isn't always right. So, but
Yeah, it can be a hobby too.
my son was a catcher, played college baseball. I fucking guarantee you, it's a sport.
Just a game.
Yeah. Well,
Used like golf, chess.
You're wrong, Zach. You can't just change the definition of something. It was literally just
you're not entitled to your own facts.
Listen, offense. I'm gonna do what Zach is doing. Zach, you must be gay because the definition of gay is the word Zach.
You're right.
Oh, well, you're gay. Well, where we go?
Well, I'm a lesbian, but thanks for real.
How can you be a lesbian? You're a male. You're boy.
I'm not.
Here's what also makes it a sport. You could not play on the team my son played on. You would not be in physical enough shape. You don't have the skill. you could not play. Now, you could go get your friends and you could go play on a field somewhere in the middle of town. That might be considered an activity or a game. Because you're fucking around. You don't care.
I actually did play baseball and hockey. I am quite obviously.
You didn't play college baseball or you wouldn't even be saying.
No, I don't play games like that. I play sports. You don't shut the fuck up. You're just being a stupid troll.
Yeah. You're trolling it for me. Okay. I'm gonna go with Doc at this point. Zach's been believing us Doc. Oh, he left. Dave, did somebody kick him?
No, I wouldn't kick him over that, but that was a retarded hot take.
Yeah, that was a weird take.
No, you called him out for trolling, so he left.
Is he also claiming to be a lesbian?
Yeah, he claimed to be a lesbian. He's doing
he claims to be a lesbian. This is the one we're working right now.
Right.
Oh, by the way, somehow I'm a monster because I don't believe that. I think I can determine male and female based mostly like 99% of the time based on your voice.
Who said you were a monster because of that?
Well, that's the world we live in, right? Like, when you hear him say, "How dare you call me blah 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 blah."
Damn, you're so much into.
Does anybody know who that guy was? Does he come around a lot?
Who's Zach? All the time.
Yeah.
And for the most part, he's kind of cool. He's just being a dick just now for some reason.
Dad's away, so he thinks prices.
Well, no, he's. There was one morning that Jeff didn't open a room until like 10 a.m. and he sat in my room from like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We had a great conversation. He's pretty cool. It's just he's being a dick for some reason right now.
Yeah,
your rooms are usually pretty good.
Thank you, Philip.
He's just being he wanted to just troll us.
Yeah, and then Philip called him out and said to go troll another room, and he literally said, okay, and left.
Yeah. Lou? How you...
Oh, look, one of Jeff's girlfriends is down there. His stalker girlfriend.
Who's that?
Anonymous. Those are all Jeff's stalker girlfriends.
Anonymous? We have to anonymous person? Anonymous is interesting. So you can't kick anonymous people, right? They can just sit there and listen, right?
I think it's great to just sit here and talk about them. How gay that is.
Yeah, I love them.
How big of a pussy they are for not showing their face when they listen.
Giant vagina. When I look down there and see a non, it looks like a fucking literally.
You just see some labia and a clitoris.
It doesn't really bother me, but I do find it kind of weird that people would spend their life on the internet wanting to be anonymous.
Yeah, I know. Hello, BB. Good evening.
I feel like the only reason why people do that is because they want to come in and listen and see if we're talking shit about them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's shopping.
But the thing is there isn't anybody that talks shit about that I wouldn't say the same things to their face. Or haven't already said the same things to their face.
Oh, me too. I have no problem saying it.
But look, now there's two of them.
I had to.
One thing that's interesting, though. One thing that's interesting is they tell you whether they're a member of the club or not. So one of the anonymous people actually is part of Jeff's house, and one of them is not. That's kind of weird.
What's the little headphones down there beside it for?
Because they're gay. See, this is like they're gay buddies.
Oh, so they're just butt fucking each other all day long.
Yes.
Well, they can't be doing that. The one's fucking top and the bottom.
Oh, now they're together. Look at that. They're all snuggled up. It's cute.
I will say this though. Clubhouse finally came out and featured that will actually make money. Because they have to pay for that, right? Like if one of the somebody's free and you pay for it. Yeah. No, you get your subscription, right?
Accidentally.
Oh no.
When she did her 7-day trial, she did the 7-day trial with the year renewal. Yeah. I did the 7-day trial with a month renewal just in case I forgot, but I didn't forget.
Yeah.
Well. You know, somebody's got to pay for this app.
You know why it sucks the most? I mean, yeah, it's not that much money, big fucking deal. But I mean, these features are meaningless to me. Absolutely meaningless.
Yeah, I mean, it's. But the funny thing about the whole thing is, like, it was the same thing with Twitter. Like, I like Kelly and I like, what was his name? Not Robert. Kelly. Who's the guy from Washington? I'm forgetting his name. Roger. Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah, like, they actually paid for their Twitter verification accounts. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm surprised to see people do that.
I do that.
Well, you should do it. You actually have
That makes sense for you.
You do. Do you pay for it because you're on Clubhouse?
I don't do it here because I've determined that I've been able to have enough people wanting to follow me that I have a list, and Clubhouse won't let me increase my follower count. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need I don't need to find out who the fuck is looking at me at this point. You know?
Yeah.
First thing I want to know. I got enough to do.
You're probably the only person right now in this app that
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Followers.
I know.
Anyways, it's pretty interesting how I'd be interested to know what Clubhouse does next, because this is the first time they've done anything where they actually can make a dime off of anybody that uses this app.
Hang on. I'm trying to determine what the hell I'm going up in these.
I'm gonna make hamburgers when I get home.
Thing in Texas, there's so much Texas beef. I'm never worried about, like, am I gonna have some good Texas beef here? Because I've already had.
Texas beef.
It's, oh my god, so good.
Now, when you say Texas beef, are we talking about sexual things, or are we actually talking about beef? Just ask it, Seth.
I got some Texas beef.
From Uber Eats, Paul Mark, I know you're gonna come up with something.
I got some extra sauce for that Texas beef.
What did you say, Paul Mark? It's not one of those.
Well, you know, I actually am in Texas, so. And we are known for our barbecue. Our brisket is actually really good.
Central Texas is known for the barbecue. For brisket, you got to be careful. You have a region there. Not all of Texas is known for its barbecue.
Well, guess what? Yeah. Dingo.
Central Texas.
Yeah. It drips.
It is true.
Oh, they're horrendous.
It is very true. There is shitty barbecue in Texas.
Yeah.
It is a regional thing.
Well, it depends because there's different types. Like, you know, Memphis has their style. St. Louis is their style.
Memphis doesn't really have brisket. They'll do it. Memphis is known for spicy barbecue sauce. KC barbecue is all about barbecue barbecue
But
sauce.
Memphis ribs.
Burnt ends.
Memphis ribs are really good.
I'm sorry, they were about pork ribs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big ribs and pork. So in South Carolina and North Carolina, South Carolina is known for up and soft pulled pork, and North Carolina is known for the mustards. So like and barbecue is my thing. I've been around the country. Like I'm a little bit of a savant when it comes this way. It's like L and wine. I can talk about barbecue.
I went one time. I went to I don't know if it's a great place for it, but I had to go to Alabama, and we ate this barbecue there that was like no other. I don't know.
You know what? Some good burnt ends from Alabama.
So I'll tell you what Alabama does it right is they incorporate a lot of seafood with their barbecue. So you'll do barbecue and then you'll do a broil with it. It's like the weirdest thing in the world.
Yes. Surf and turf all day long.
Yeah.
And down and out.
So, yeah. But I still think, like, I'm still a South Carolina person when it comes to barbecue. I still think in the country, the best barbecue really is, like, vinaigrette barbecue. You have, like, the taste of, like, sweet and sour. And with coleslaw, you have
I love the Memphis style ribs.
Memphis ribs. And you just like spicy ribs. I get it.
No, it's not spicy. It's the juiciness of the meat that fall off the bone.
That's everywhere. That's awesome.
No, it's not. It's really not.
KC's one that fall off the bone. Big back ribs that have sauce and you push the bone through.
No, Memphis is better than Kansas City. Yeah.
Okay, name a barbecue joint, Memphis.
Actually, I've never been disappointed in Memphis. But
then you haven't had good barbecue then, because once you have good barbecue, you'll be disappointed about 90% of barbecue.
No, not at all.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. No. It's like wine.
No.
Once you know what good wine is.
Well, you know what? There's a difference in context. So for me, I go for the mouthfeel and I go for the boldness of flavor. And it's not necessarily about the spiciness. It's about how the flavors interact. So I like a little bit of heat and some sweet. So that's why Memphis just really hits everything for me.
That makes sense.
That makes a little bit of sense, yeah. But if you look at Memphis, there's a place called Central Barbecue. And that's probably one of the more famous places if you want to understand what Memphis barbecue is. Start there and then come back to me and tell me if you actually think that not all barbecue is great as saying it's not.
I definitely agree with that. Not all barbecue is created the same, and I love each of them equally.
Central Barbecue is probably like top 3 in Memphis. Like, guaranteed top 3. Go there. And there's another one called like something Charlie. Rendezvous or something? I have to look it up, but go there if you do it. So those 2 places those are the 2 like guaranteed on top 5 list in Memphis.
But see now, for me it's also how they trim it because I don't like fatty meat. So
go to these places. These places are like world renowned. Like people around the world go to these 2 places. Go to these places, start there, and then tell me all Memphis barbecue is great to say. This is like the difference between if you've had a steak,
okay,
great,
well,
but then you've had Kobe steak, and then it changes your life.
Not necessarily.
Have you had Kobe beef? Like A7?
Yes, I have.
Kobe beef. And you don't think it was life changing in those flavors?
No, not at all. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't life changing.
It was life changing for me. I did Taco about that, and it's like the difference between it's totally. Oh my gosh, yeah. We have to stop talking. You got to be fair to the actual process. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Seth, have you had Franklin's barbecue, Seth, in Austin?
Now that was disappointing. But okay, go ahead.
No, it was never. No.
Have you been to Franklin's Barbecue? It's awesome.
No, we went actually, believe it or not, to this person's ranch out in the hills, looking down in Austin while we were eating the barb. It was like this whole other thing that haunted.
Was it a woman?
Was that Uncle?
Yeah.
There's a woman, right? An old woman. Oh, what's her name? That's probably like the best barbecue in that area.
Like somebody recorded next door. I think some recording artists recorded in their house, which is like they got the big house there too. You gotta go inside the house, go to the bathroom. Like what kind of place? It was amazing. Oh my god. Trip.
It all depends on who's actually at the grill. That's what
It's a smoker. It's not a grill. And be careful with your terms there, bud.
Then it was a smoker.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
Like this is the difference between like who's texting it? Let's see an example. This is like the difference between like comparing a Toyota to like a Mercedes.
That's why I immediately changed my tune. You're correct. And smokers. Correct.
And it's a pit boss, so it's not a. That's the other thing. Like, and this is like if you're in those areas, they get real serious about it. There's only one pit boss.
Talk about how good it was. We just walked in, they served. Like the cooking was done beforehand.
Well,
If you go to a barbecue joint and you're not eating it at lunchtime, it's probably not good barbecue. Barbecue's made to order. Like you should be eating it as it comes off the smoker, not like an hour or 3 hours later. But yeah, I just one guy's opinion, so it's fair. You don't have to get in here and say it's anything legit. But there is something to say. Are you in Memphis?
Me?
Yeah, no, not Seth.
Sorry about that. Hallmark. No, he's in Texas. I thought Hallmark said.
yeah, I told you I'm in Texas.
That's what I thought.
What part of Texas are you in? I asked.
Well, I'm in Arlington, but I used to live in Austin.
Okay, well, Austin is. I don't think Franklin's disappointing. I think
It was rather dry to me, so I was not impressed by it.
oh, it's very surprising. Well, I went with anything but that, and I think he uses tallow in the wraps. I think that's his trick.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you can actually get a good barbecue joint that has a bad day. It's very interesting. Let's see. There's a place that everybody likes in Texas that isn't real barbecue. It's called there's like two of them. It's called they actually freeze the brisket and then reheat it. I'm trying to think what their names are. It'll come to me. Just give me a minute.
Where's
So if you go to South, they're located in the Hill Country in San Antonio, and also I think they have one in Austin as well.
You're not talking about Blacks.
No, or Spoons. Blacks and Spoons are brothers.
Right.
And they have a family history, right? That's not that. I'm talking about a different place. It just give me a couple minutes to turn my brain. But okay, Captain, did you ever go to South Carolina?
Yeah.
So you need to go to Rodney Scott's barbecue. Like to go through Charleston. It's next to Charleston. I can't remember the small town it's at. Or maybe in downtown Charleston. When you go to Charleston the next time, that has to be a to-go place to go to. Like you need to go hungry and at lunchtime and go to Rodney Scott's.
Rodney Scott's. I'll probably forget. Because I don't know the next time I'm going down there.
Well, if you just think Charleston and what's the best thing to eat there? Literally, Rodney Scott's doing around the world. Like his whole pig barbecue. He does nothing but whole pigs. It's his thing. So
whole pigs.
Yeah, he smokes a whole pig. Look him up on YouTube. It's crazy.
My uncle did that when I was a kid, and I fell in love with it. actually, me and my mom both got a big plate full. My mom took a bite, and my uncle said, "Yeah, he was just tossing and rolling around in the bed of my truck." And my mom spit it out. I was like, "What are you doing?" She said, "Well, that grossed me out." I was like, "It's so yummy, though."
Well, I mean, like, head cheese is a thing that you can really learn to love, but it grosses a lot of people out. Actually, you know what? I bet Al would eat head cheese with me.
I'll try anything once. Food-wise.
You know, it's funny. I'd probably try Rocky Mountain Oyster if I didn't know it was Rocky Mountain Oyster. But because if I
don't
tell you
give
what
a
it is,
fuck, I would still try. You can tell me what it is, and I will still try at least once. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I do, I do. I don't give a fuck.
That one kind of bothers me. I don't know what it is. Something about eating a cow's testicle is not going to happen if I know it.
Like, I know
It's
that
actually a
most
full
of the casing.
I know. Okay, fair enough.
I know that most of the casing on sausage is intestines, and I love the fuck out of that shit.
Wait, what did you say? You said it's mostly intestines?
Yeah.
Which kind of sausage?
Did you not know that sausage casing is typically intestines?
No, all sausage casings is intestines, but you don't eat inside the intestines. You clean it out.
Yeah, but it's still like where poop goes through.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you're eating the intestines, like the actual intestines, not the like they clean it out.
They flush it out and clean it, and then they stuff the meat down in it. But like the case itself, I like the case itself.
I agree with you completely. Yeah, no issue with that at all. Like I stuffed sausage, done that stuff, like no issue. I thought you were talking about like eating like the intestines as they were. I was like
the inside, the poop.
Well, just like crumbling it up. Yeah, I was like, ew. But no,
there are some countries like I think it's like Africa or something like that.
It's called blood sausage. It's literally blood sausage. It's great as well.
No, I'm not talking about blood sausage. I'm talking like I think it's over in Africa or something where they put like the stomach and the intestines out, and they don't clean it. They just eat it.
Yeah.
They can eat it.
They can do that all day. You know. Good.
Now that I wouldn't try. If it's got poopy in it, I don't want it.
And God bless their hearts. Like literally, I hope God blesses their hearts. Well,
it's mostly fiber.
No, are you talking about the casings or are you talking about the intestines?
Well, I'm talking about if you ate their stomach with the stuff that's in it, it's mostly fiber because they're still chewing on grass and whatnot.
No, there's all kinds of parasites in that shit. Well, just understand, you know what pigs eat, right? They eat anything.
Well,
anything and everything.
I wasn't thinking about pigs. I was thinking about cows. However, pigs are dirty.
I don't think we eat a lot of this is actually not interesting. Most of our casings are pig casings.
But
I eat kosher sausage, so yeah.
Yeah, then you're eating cows. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Most people don't eat just kosher, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Well, and actually, you just use what you have. So.
No, the United States, all of your like sausages, like and stuff like that people love in the United States. Beef sausage is very, very rare. Most of what you do in the United States with ground pork is going to mostly be hamburgers and stuff like that. The cheap meat to make sausage out of it is pork.
But again, if you have killed a cow and you need to do something with the meat, you do what you do and you use what you have. That's just how it rolls. Just like if you were to kill a deer, you do what you do with the meat and you use it up. However,
that's not how most of our food processing works in the United States. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm talking about people that are ethical with their stuff, not mass production.
Nobody's really ethical. Mass production is ethical. Like,
it is not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Why is it not ethical?
Think think of how these animals are treated. It's not ethical. It's really
They're treated as fine. Like I see it all the time when I go to Iowa and so on and so forth. Like, what do you mean treated?
the overcrowding, there's a lot that goes on.
Oh gosh,
on
this
these
is
farms.
it's not. Like this is the issue with misinformation. Go to a farm in Iowa and most states. Like the things that get published in the horror stories are few and seldom behind. This is like saying we shouldn't drink milk because if to have milk it means that we're killing baby male cows, which is not the case at all.
Well, I never said anything about that.
Well, this is where the same information comes from. Like,
Not necessarily. You're making a whole lot of assumptions here.
No, because my wife's family comes from these places. Like, I've been on these farms. I've been on pig farms in Iowa, or pig lots, and so on and so forth. Like, you're that big. Have you been on one of these places? Have you actually spent time with them?
I have visited a couple, but that's not my life. But my stepfather was a farmer, and so I know about killing an animal and using what you have, which was what my original statement was about. You made it something else.
Mass production in the United States is the only way we ever actually be able to feed our populations.
And again, that's not what I was talking about.
Buying is mostly good. Hold on. I got another step in. Hold on. Oh, gotta get somebody's calling. Hey, it was a good conversation.
What a dick. Captain, see a friend of yours.
There's who, a friend of mine? Silver?
Is he always like that?
Pretty much. And he's a regular in the room.
Yeah, I know, but this is like the second time he's done something like that.
I'm just kind of zone out and go to another app.
Okay.
I've been scrolling like Facebook and yeah.
Got it.
He stops eventually. How have you been?
Pretty good. Today's been a wonderful day. Actually, the past 2 days have been actually pretty good. I got some. I switched up my green juice, and it actually feels really, really good in my body. I've been detoxing off of meat. Even though we've been talking about it, I've been detoxing off meat.
I think the lesbians across the hall from me are trying to start a war.
Oh, really? Are they pulling out their? Are they dildo fighting? I think that's so great when they pull out their.
No, I'm like 98% sure they are because so mind you, the holidays that we're going through right now, the major ones are Memorial, the 4th, and then Labor Day, correct? Those are the next couple of months.
Don't forget, today's Juneteenth, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand that, but Juneteenth is still a new holiday. It's in comparison to those holidays, it's still new. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So my front door is decorated in like American flag stuff, right? Because that's typically what you decorate with summertime is American flags.
Okay.
So
are they pissed off that you don't have Pride stuff out?
Pretty much. So I have a big American flag up on beside my door, and I've watched it. I watched them put it up on the camera, and look back at my flag multiple times. I've watched them like flip off my flag, and I've watched them like night before last. Their mom and stuff. One of them's mom or somebody came out and they were talking about it, and they were like, "Yeah, we just got Pride Month, baby," and then they. Like all of them looked over at my door. I think they're taking my American flag stuff wrong.
Well, have you actually talked to them?
No, they're two fucking cunts and I don't like talking to them. Like, they're the rudest, bitchiest bitches, like, ever. I wish they would fucking move.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've, like, multiple people in our building has had to call the cops on them multiple times because you can hear the manlier one, you can hear her over there beating up, like literally beating up, throwing things, cussing. You're nothing but a fucking piece of shit, you lazy bitch. Like flipping out on the other one. Yeah, it's a very. I don't want to talk to them because it's already a very toxic situation, and I don't want to be roped in. Like when they first moved in, Shayna moved in first, and that's my sister's that lives downstairs. It's her best friend's daughter, and Megan was like, be nice to her, you know, make her feel welcome, whatever. So I was smoking weed at the time, and Shayna smokes weed. So I was trying to invite her over, like, come smoke, you know, we'll hang out, yada, yada. Well, she moves about 2 months later, she moves this girl in with her. And I had seen her out, you know, in the hallway. I was like, when you come over to smoke, you bring your girlfriend too. And her girlfriend, like, flipped shit on me. Nobody's going to come smoke with you. You're just after my girl. Da, 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 da. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So, yeah, like, I try to avoid them.
So, is the manly one on T or something?
No, she's not trans in any way. She's just, you know, I guess you would call it a bull dyke.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I asked is because a lot of times they're, you know, dealing with, you know, the whole masculine thing, and they're, you know, afraid, and there's some insecurity that goes on. But one thing,
there's a lot of insecurity with the masculine female over there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because actually, what's funny is I have a lot of friends that are, you know, studs, which are the black masculine lesbians. And they treat me so well because they treat me like the princess that I am. Like,
these are the first lesbians that didn't absolutely love me. So it's like a really different experience for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've never ran into, like, I had lesbian friends in college that would come in my room and fuck in my bed with me in there. And a couple of them even was like, hey, we want to let you join once.
Well, let's put that fantasy aside, but I get it. So one of the things that you can do is, along with all your American flags and whatever, just put up a pride flag that says, hey,
I'm not doing that.
I realize that, you know, be an ally, because if they see you as an ally, then they'll be cooler. So that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not putting up a pride flag.
If you don't want to do that, you know what you could do? What? You and Athena do something for like 4th of July, maybe make some Rice Krispie treats or something, and take something.
I've tried that. I've baked cookies and left them on multiple doors, and that girl tried to make it out as me trying to get her girlfriend.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, that doesn't have anything to do with them being lesbian.
Like whenever somebody moves into the building, I buy them a doormat and I bake cookies and give them cookies, kind of as a welcome basket type thing. Yeah.
Oh my
so
God!
I did this for them, and they like that other girl took it as me trying to get into her girlfriend's pants.
Well, do me a favor though. Don't take that as that's all lesbians. That's just crazy.
No. I don't know how much of it that you've heard. I've had very good experience with a lot. These are the first lesbians that I've ever had these problems with.
So
they have their own issues.
Yeah, that is that person's insecurity. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was talking about. I understand that it's Pride Week or Pride Month and stuff, but they put up like in the middle of the month they put up a Pride flag, And from the videos from my doorbell ring, it's them retaliating against my American flag. Like I'm doing something wrong by having an American flag up during Pride Month.
Well, right now, a
But I
lot.
put it up in fucking May.
Right, I know.
But again, it's not you personally.
They have issues.
Yeah. Don't take it personal.
It sounds to me like, Captain, they'd have issues with any neighbor. They'd find a reason. Like, you know,
They have
those
issues with a lot of the neighbors.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they're just like, it's a them problem.
Yeah.
And I just keep telling all the other neighbors, just keep reporting things that happen to the landlord. Eventually, they'll get kicked out.
Well, I mean, if you tried the nice route, just mostly I would say try your best to ignore them.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And
I just think they're being petty at this point.
Don't let them overhear you saying that, because then that becomes homophobic.
What becomes what?
Well, then
what
they
exactly?
could say he doesn't like me because we're lesbian.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to, because then it becomes like a legal thing too. Like
exactly, it becomes discrimination. So don't do it.
What are you talking about exactly? Like,
well, you can't. So, like, a landlord cannot just if they sense, or like, let's say they overhear you, like they're lesbians and they could go to the landlord.
Oh no, I don't say stuff like that. You know, it's them screaming and fighting, them throwing things, them banging on the walls. That's what I keep telling the other neighbors to report. The fact that they're being disruptive and fighting over there.
Right, which you would call on any neighborhood.
Exactly.
Right.
However, because they are lesbians, they can say you're just upset because we're lesbians.
No, I get video. Like, I take audio, video recording when I hear it. Like, because I can be sitting in my living room and hear them over there fighting, and they're across the hall.
Okay.
And it's
don't ever let them hear you say anything like about them being lesbian, or just never.
No, I don't have a problem with them being lesbian.
Well, I know you don't.
Well, you don't, but what I'm saying is, or what we are saying, is if you mention lesbians and then say something negative about them, it can be misconstrued and become a hate crime.
Right. So just leave the lesbian part off whenever, even if you're talking to the other neighbors or just leave that part off and make it about them not being good neighbors.
Right.
Period. Yeah. That way you protect yourself.
That's typically what we talk about is them being shitty neighbors.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all have shitty neighbors. I got
nobody, absolutely nobody in the building cares at all that they're lesbians.
But again, don't mention the lesbian part. Just don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't even say lesbians?
No, don't say it.
People don't say it. Yeah.
Don't.
Because you could even have, you'd never know. And again, I was married to a lawyer, so this is why I'm telling you this, for 25 years, okay?
My brother's a lawyer, so
so you get it, Palmer.
I get it completely.
You could have a neighbor, you're having a conversation with like those and lesbians. That neighbor could be like, go to the neighbors, the shitty neighbors, and say, he just wants you kicked out because you're lesbians, So don't ever give them ammo, or even they might be looking for a reason to not get evicted, and they'll say, well, you're just after us because we're lesbians. So just never make that the reason, the mention at all, just about the behavior solely.
Exactly.
And that way...
Oh, yeah. They're not even the only lesbians in the building either.
Sure.
Right. They're just fucking horrible people.
But again, we don't talk about
just one of them.
We just don't talk about the lesbian part.
Shayna's not bad. Her girlfriend needs to go. I don't know the other one's name.
Okay.
I only know Shayna's name, and she's not bad. She's a really nice person. It's her fucking cunt girlfriend.
Well, she just sounds like a bad person.
Yeah. Shayna's entire family don't like her and wish Shayna would get rid of her.
Well, she sounds like she's a bully, and maybe you need to wait for Shayna to decide that she's ready to get out of that.
I was just gonna say that, Paul.
Well,
Shayna may take care of that problem for
the
you.
last time they got in a bad fight, somebody else in the building called the law on them. So.
Right.
Well, truly, if you feel like someone's getting hurt over there, that does need to be addressed, right?
Definitely. Because it's not safe.
Exactly. All right, I'll be back. I gotta jump in the shower, but I'm gonna stay on the intercom.
Don't go in the shower.
That's how you fall and get hurt.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
I'm nearing that age, Paul Mark. It's not even a joke.
Well, I actually was dancing in the shower once, and this was a long time ago, and twisted my ankle. Because
Okay. I did fall once in the shower. I was a little intoxicated. I'm telling you what. Getting out, you're drunk, you're falling, you're slippery, and I'm like, oh my God, if anyone could see me right now, this is not.
What year were you born now?
What year was I born? I'm not telling you.
No,
that's a rude question to ask. You don't ask them.
I'm trying to see how close you are to my mom in age.
How old your mom? I'll tell you.
My mom was born in '69.
Okay. Well, we are very close in age. I could be your mother.
Okay, that's what I thought. And this is I'm following up with a compliment. I wish my mom was more like you. My mom acts like she's freaking 78 years old and like she can't do nothing and like she's about to die. And you are so full of life and you do so much stuff. I really wish my mom was more like you.
Oh, well, thank you. But I will say, I watched my own mother age before she needed to. And it has to be, well, you know what, David, I've talked to David about this too. It's a conscious decision. It really is.
It's a daily decision.
Yes, it is. In your habits, it is a daily decision.
And I mean, maybe, I don't know about Al, but I mean, am I echoing first of all?
No, you're good.
Yeah. Your stuff is really good right now, David.
Thank you. I mean, there's no one else that's going to take care of me, first of all.
Right.
And secondly, you realize I didn't slow down until 2 years ago when I turned 70. And
what? You're 70?
72. I'll be 73 in 2 weeks.
Oh, shit. You're older than I thought you were.
I work every day, and you can't stop moving. The day you start sitting or retiring is the day you start really going downhill quickly. So,
well, I think that's part of my mom's problem too, is because my senior year, she got a massive staph infection in her spine, and she got disabled because of it, and she don't work. And I try to tell her all the time, you need a job. You need to get out of the house, quit sitting around all the time, and not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, and I hope that wasn't meningitis, but I'm sure she had to take.
No, it was staph. She had a huge staph infection in her stomach.
Those are hard to get rid of, but once you start sitting, it's hard to change that habit. I mean, look at all the people we forced to sit. Teenagers, during COVID, and it was the worst thing for them.
My dad's been retired for 17 years, and he says it's the best thing that happened to him. He really hasn't gotten it.
Right?
What's that?
You have to be doing something. You have to have a hobby. You have to have something that.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't just sit and watch TV all day. No, God, no.
Well, I think that's the difference.
That's literally what my mom does.
That's the difference.
Right.
So I'm glad he's retired, and God bless people who can retire. I have friends on Clubhouse who retired at 38. My landlord retired at 45, still supports his family, nice lifestyle, sent 2 kids through Berkeley, and does it through day trading. And I'm not against retirement. The problem is that 2 years after most people retire, they're paying out death benefits because they're not active.
Yep.
But I never went to the gym until I was like 27. I went to work with my parents and gained some weight in
1979, and my friends came to visit me one day, and I gained 30 pounds for the first time in my life. They said, "You're fat. You need to go to the gym." And I turned out I love the gym. So that behavior, them forcing me in 1979 to have that lifelong habit that I didn't think I'd have. That's
the gyms were nice back then.
Yeah, that's not for sure. That's changed.
I miss those gyms for sure.
Who's with me on the Gold's Gym Day?
How old are you, Paul Mark?
Oh my goodness, I love a good gym.
You're not a lady. You're not a lady. I can ask you how old you are.
I won't tell you.
That's right.
But
Are you old enough to be my daddy?
I don't know, how old are you?
35 in September.
It would be a stretch.
Would you have been in your young teens?
I would have been
1990.
I would have been a preteen. I would have been a preteen.
Well, I know somebody who had a baby at 12.
So, actually, if I think about it, I was... yeah, I was already active. Not as active as I became in my 20s, but I was already a little active.
Yes, Elle, you heard that correctly. I know somebody who had a baby at 12.
That hurts my heart, actually.
And you know
Well, what's crazy about it is it's one of my mom's best friends' daughter that I grew up with, and her mom, up until she hit menopause, was very religious, and like she wasn't like the smothering weird kind of religious, but like Mandy grew up in church, and she was a pretty religious person herself. But yeah, her and her boyfriend were both 12 or 11 actually, and then shortly after she turned 12. She had a baby.
That's even dangerous.
We had kids. There were 3 girls I remember in junior high, so 7th grade, who got pregnant and who had kids. One had a kid over the summer and then came back late in the year, and 2 of them got pregnant during the year. But yeah, kids were having sex at like...
Yeah, my 8th grade year, a girl that I was really good friends with had a baby.
Yeah. Started at like 10, 11, 12.
No, there was a girl in high school. She was like 15 or 16 and had a kid. And one of the kids I grew up with, who lived like 2 streets down, ended up marrying her. And now he's had like 3 kids with her, and I don't know. Hey man, it ended up working out for him.
Yeah, Mandy is a nurse, and she's had 2 more kids, and she's really successful. So,
well, and these things happen, and it's like you don't know what you're doing, and I think sexual education is important, and a lot of parents were just assuming, and that was a time where it was like, well, just say no. But people were saying yes, and there weren't conversations around condoms and all that stuff. And so there were a lot that would get pregnant, or, and some decided to keep them, but all of them didn't decide to keep them either. So that was a huge thing that was going on.
My mentor in the grocery business, who was like a father to me. I had a great father, but he was like a second father. And he met his future wife when she was 11 in Colorado, and he was 13. They married when she was 15 and he was 17, but they didn't have a child until a year later. But I mean, they didn't know it then. They were actually soulmates, and it turned out better than anyone ever thought, because once they got older and more mature, they realized that they really were the best match for each other, but it was just happenstance that they got together.
Yeah, that whole soulmates thing, I don't believe in that.
And my friend Chuck, he would go on dates, First of all, he loved her dad because he was a decent mechanic, and he would spend 10 hours working in the garage, and he'd like ignore Emily all day long. And then she'd get mad about that. But they'd go on these dates. I knew Emily and Chuck really like parents. I took care of them as they aged, and they had daughters my age. But Chuck would go on a date, and he had this little baby in the back seat. I mean, like an infant in diapers. And Emily, the first few dates, she didn't know how to ask him about it. And on the third date, she said, "What's going on with the baby?" She assumed it was his. And his sister had a baby out of wedlock, so the whole family was raising that baby Gene. So I always had Gene with them half the time when we were on the dates.
That used to happen. There was a lot where, somebody would have the kids younger, and then, the family would step in.
I think in a little town, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no, Mandy brought her kid to school and everything. Like, her mom made her take care of it. She never missed school or anything like that.
The last few new high schools we built in Seattle have nurseries in them.
Oh, now that's... See, I don't think that I agree with that, because
promoting it, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that promoting too.
Well, I mean, it's I understand making facilities for people that don't have the other options, but there was a time when we lived as tribes where the young people would have the kids, and then the elders would raise them. And so I think it's sad
really was
that we've lost that. Yeah, I think it's really sad that a grandparent would say, "No, you have this kid, you take care of it." I would love to see something where the elders or the family comes in and takes care of the
everyone has
youngster.
a nuclear family. Maybe we're out on their own because their family kicked them out.
Which is true. Yeah, but again, I can still mourn the fact that is being lost.
At the same time, if it stopped them from having education, that's another problem for society.
Mm-hmm. You do the best with what you have.
All right, I'm not even threatening anymore. I'm really getting in the shower this time. All right,
I beat you there. Oh, I just got a text message. I don't know I know Rappy and Al knows. Rappy might be asleep or something. I ain't heard him from forever. But I have this client. She's 72. She's got Parkinson's. I do private rides for her. Like, I go off of the Lyft app and I go pick her up. Typically, when I'm with her for about 4 hours. I make somewhere between $100 and $200 most of the time I'm with her. And she called me the day before yesterday asking if I could take her to get a haircut and go to Walmart to get a few things. A while back, she had asked me to help her find a beautician. She wanted to go to one of the schools for a beautician and stuff and get a haircut. And I was like, well, let me call over here first. It's a place that I get my daughter's haircut at. My mom gets her nails done there. My mom got her first perm there and all this. So I took Debbie over there, and then we went to Walmart afterwards. And I just want to share this text message with y'all. She said, I really enjoyed the beauty shop today. It would make a great TV show. I also had forgotten about small town beauty shops. I forgot how lively they are, but I want to thank you so very much for an exciting day. Debbie don't get out very often, and it's fun for me to help her and get her out because I'm her socialization and all that stuff, and it makes me feel good. To get a message like that makes me feel really good. She was bragging about me to the beauticians, dude, which I know Jane. I know her pretty well. I went to school with like for kids. But yeah, it was really nice. I'm glad I got to do that. I'm glad I get to be the one to help her. And Debbie did really good today too. You just struggle to get up and down out of the seating position like 2 or 3 pounds a day, and we were up and down a lot today. Let's see. She got up from the house. She got up from my car. She was sitting down in the beauty shop and got up. She did it again. She got up from my car again. She did it about 7 times today. I'm really proud of her.
It was a good day. I'm driving. That's why I'm only paying half attention.
Yeah, I made $350 today.
That's a good day too. I think you said anything more than 200 is always a good day. Or you consider quitting at 200.
Yeah, 200 is my goal for the 4 days a week that I work.
Was that a long drive?
Today I did normal lift from about 7 o'clock to 1:45-ish. No, 1:55. And then I went to pick Debbie up, and I was with Debbie from about 2:15 to about 6:15. So Debbie had me for 4 hours today. Debbie's what made today a good day.
You've talked about her before.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I took her to the beauty shop today to get her hair done instead of going to like the beauty school, and she really enjoyed it and thanked me for it.
Well, Captain, that's nice. Okay, now, what about the eye totally killed himself in the bunker? Where'd this news come from? Update me, y'all.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't here when they changed the room title. That's been up there for half the day. So, I have not heard them talk about that title. Did this actually happen, or why was this room titled that? It's Shirley's question.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been here all day, but that don't mean that I'm listening all day.
I was here most of the morning, but that time we need Jeff Arafi for that.
Okay.
I was like the 4th person in the room this morning at 8 o'clock, but I don't remember. You're in the Matrix, Bill, David. You're in the Matrix. We can't hear you. You sound like
I'll post this later. I hadn't noticed the title. I'll see you guys later.
I guess Shirley just came in to see if we were talking about the title. Guess Shirley don't want to talk to us. We're not fun enough for her. I like Miss Shirley. So fresh and so clean and clean. I like having an AC in my car again. I'm not sweating my balls off all day.
Well, hold on, I gotta respond to a client. I'll be right.
Okay. feels so good today. Feel real good today. Hi, Danny.
Hey, there was no sound before.
Yeah, I was muted.
On tower, you're like a Mustang.
I figured y'all didn't want to hear my hair dryer blowing to warm up the wax. What's up, Billy Sunshine?
Hey, kids. Good to see you. Hey,
Uh-oh.
Is it true? This is not true, right?
What?
The title of the room.
I do not know. Shirley just came in here and asked the same thing. Yeah, I wish I could answer y'all's question.
Well, we all can't know everything.
I mean, if I would have been paying attention today, because I've been here all day, I would know. But I had Debbie.
Who put that title up? Do we know?
I do not know.
Probably Jeff.
I'd assume it was Jeff. Yes.
Well, my work week is over.
You did your radio show?
I did my radio show, yeah.
You liked how I remembered that, didn't you? Instead of being like, wait, you don't work.
That's right. Well, you can't hardly call what I do work since it's only 2 hours a week. And it's sitting on my ass just talking. So how
much different is that from any other day? Right?
It doesn't resemble work at all, Cap.
Doesn't feel much different than any other day, huh?
That's right. It's just me and the dog.
Yeah, well, it's just me and my kids' cats right now.
How many you got?
Struggle Point Siamese and a Turkish Angora. Turkish Angora is all white. Super equal to bats. I'm all clean, my mustache is all good. Great. No idea. I got done with Debbie and he was here for like 2 seconds and he disappeared. I got pulled over and then he disappeared.
You got pulled over? Why?
Because it was raining real bad here and I slid through a stoplight. Yeah. So he wanted to make sure I was okay and not drunk or something. And I was like, bro, I've been up since like 5 o'clock this morning. I'm just trying to go home, go to bed. And he was like,
you're just tired.
Yeah. And he was like, I get it. Be careful. No warning, no ticket, get home. Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's exactly what I did. I came home. I wasn't lying. I didn't want to go home.
You're not an asshole. They don't always want to give you a hard time.
No, I had my license and registration ready. He asked for my insurance. I showed it to him on my phone. He looked at it, went back to the thing, I saw him talking on his radio, and then he just left. He gave me my shit back and left. To get home and get some rest. I told him, I was like, I tried to stop, but I slid. Yeah, typically if you cooperate and you're honest, they don't let you slide. I've learned that since in this last year. I've been pulled over like 4 times in the last year driving left.
Well, yeah, because you're driving constantly, so there's more, more opportunity.
Exactly.
The last time I was pulled over, the guy said, "What's that I smell?"
What'd you say to him?
I'm North Carolina. So if I get pulled over, it could be a problem. But I didn't say anything to him before I could think of what to say. He said, "Were you smoking a cigar?" And I went, "Yes, sir."
Didn't want to bring me in because I was just a nice old man who didn't do a good enough stop on a stop sign.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, as long
Years ago now.
as long as you don't give them trouble, they don't really care.
Yeah, well, I'm never going to give him trouble because, I'm not an asshole and I'm not drunk. I'm stoned. That doesn't make me an asshole.
Yeah, it doesn't make you a bad troublemaker.
I'm only a little bit of an asshole at this point in my life. Hardly an asshole at all. Perhaps a jerk sometimes.
Temperature's dropped a lot now that the sun's down and over the horizon. It feels halfway decent outside. Just went to check the mail. I'm beat though. Didn't realize how tired I was. But I actually got home.
Yeah, just go home.
I've been home. I just got out of the shower. Walked downstairs, checked the mail. It's cooler outside than it is in my apartment right now.
Well, I guess you need to open some windows.
I'm gonna turn my dehumidifier on in my AC in my room.
The dehumidifier. All right, I'm home.
Welcome home, Billy.
Thank you. And the house will be clean because the maids were just here. And it's the first time in 2 weeks because something horrible happened to them last week.
What happened?
One of their family members lost a baby.
Oh, that's sad.
Childbirth, yeah, it's real sad. There's nothing to say about that other than wow. Okay.
Oh, I'm so much Seth. He'll think that's hilarious.
I threw a sandwich out of the house. I guess we lived in a house that was off the ground.
Religion came into the politics.
So there's one with the USA who's literally
anti-Muslim,
anti-everything. They align with them.
But where is the religion came? I mean, it's like we were talking about real politics. It's like real politics. It's like nobody mentioned no religion or.
But we found actually did actually he actually.
So let me give you another example. So after 9/11, United States and Iran collaborated heavily in Afghanistan to bring down Taliban. So actually, there are documentaries about this that United States did not know where to hit, and they were really couldn't do anything because Taliban was hiding, and they didn't know where to hit. They just dropping bomb and nothing was happening. And the Iranian, this IRGC gave them.
I've never heard this before. Anybody else heard this angle?
Like I would say, I would find after this.
Yes, Ace, I heard about it, sister. I think I saw it on a Twitter thread last year.
They literally get the map.
America was supporting Iran against Israel. America was supporting Iran against Saddam Hussein in Iraq. They were also using Iranian, I believe, militias, which pretty much was kind of crazy. Now they're designated as.
Let me finish this. My point. So I will post this. But IRGC explicitly helped United States to bring down Taliban. But as soon as that mission was complete, look at the politics here. Bush called Iran axis of devil. So this is why I said these people do not know politics. If you had politics, you will be able to leverage this situation and ease your relationship with the United States. But let me find the
this is hard. It's the U.S. The U.S. is a superpower. The U.S. will use and twist and turn. That doesn't mean the country that they're working with doesn't know politics. And you're trying to say because they have religious values that they don't know politics.
Can I speak, Wifan? See, in this whole issue that you just mentioned, you forgot one factor called Israel. Okay, now in this particular issue where Iran helped US against the Taliban, Israel would have, Israeli agents in the US would have allowed it to happen because it was in America's interest. Okay, now once that happened, they would not allow America to continue to have the bonhomie with Iran. That is what has been happening. Even in this particular case, US was negotiating with Iran on the nuclear issue. Okay, Israel was always opposed to it. So when it comes to mutual interest of US and Israel, they would use